Man, when I tell y'all boys I ain't been in front of a camera in so long, man, I'm glad to be back, y'all. I'm gonna put this direct part that I'm saying right now in the next about 6 videos so people can kind of get acclimated to what was going on. But the boy was crazy sick, bro. Like, I think I didn't have the flu. I don't know what was going on, in all honesty, but all praises to the Most High God that I'm in way better spirit and way better health. You really just don't know when things can change, bro. But like, I was going through it. Like, on top of that, I had strep throat. So a lot of you all can possibly imagine what I was going through for the past 2 weeks. And every day I was just telling myself, like, it's gonna get better. It's gonna get better. I'm gonna be good tomorrow. I'm gonna be good tomorrow. And that just wasn't the case. Right now, I can tell you that I'm at least 95% better. And one thing I've noticed is I never knew I felt this good until I've noticed what it feels like to feel that bad. So I'm definitely figuring out a lot of things that, I'm not sure what's going on, but every time I talk to somebody left and right, they getting sick. So I don't know if it's something going on around the world, but hey, this is definitely what I went through. I don't wish on nobody, y'all. But yeah, we back into it, man. We on the road to 1 million subs. I just had to let you all know that, you know, not to leave anybody in a darker shadow. I know a lot of you all been waiting for me to upload, so I just had to give you all an update of what's been going on in my life. But hey, we back now, man. This is something that's actually pretty crazy, man. By the title and thumbnail, y'all already know what to expect, man. Woman, I can't say that word, but she was flicking a bean in public, and unfortunately, she ended up unaliving herself after this incident. But make sure if you all enjoy this reaction video, you smash the like button, comment, and also subscribe for your boy, man. We on the road to 1 million subs. So let's go ahead and hit that milestone, and let's get into it right now and see what's happening, man.
On the afternoon of July 1st, 2021, officers from the Tybee Island Police Department descended on Tybee Island Beach in Tybee Island, Georgia. The police had been called by a member of the public because, according to them, a woman had walked past the caller's family tent several times and eventually had found a spot a short distance away in front of it. After placing a towel down on the sand, the caller said the woman started touching herself inappropriately. I could hear moaning. As you'll see, the woman in question appears to be confused at first, but when confronted by the claims made against her, she starts to give her version of events and tries to reason with her actions.
How you doing, ma'am? I'm Officer Dollar with Tybee. Can we speak to you for a second? We'll get you over there. Go ahead and bring your stuff.
It look like it's flickering, y'all. So it must just be the webcam.
Yep. All right. What's your name, ma'am?
Chris?
Chris?
Do you have your ID on you? Chris? Yeah, can I ask what the problem is?
Alright, so someone called us. We got multiple calls about you.
What?
About something pertaining on the beach.
Yes.
Were you supposed to be, were you doing something you weren't supposed to be doing?
What?
Like, what were you doing on the beach? Like, prior to coming here? Prior to coming here. Were you at the beach at some point in time?
Okay, I don't understand. There was nobody. I was just sitting on my tail. Nobody was around me.
Okay, and you were over at the beach?
Like I was near the water.
Near the water?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, well, like I said, someone called and they saw you doing something you weren't supposed to be doing.
No, that's not true. Okay, look, is this something that my phone should be off for or on for?
You could, whatever you want to do. It's your right. If you want to record this
She'd have just been like, I need a lawyer.
conversation, you can, but we are also recording, so you know.
Okay, can you show? I mean, who did I offend? I don't understand. What did I do? What did I do?
So apparently you're masturbating on the beach.
Who saw that?
I mean, a couple people.
No, they didn't. That's not true.
Why would they call us that?
Okay, because I was by myself. Now, I will tell you this. The only way that somebody would have called you is if it was a military operation. They're fucking doing this.
You mean military?
Never mind. Okay, so
Wait.
Nobody was around. Was it an anonymous call? Is this one of my buddies? Okay,
No,
one of my buddies.
No, it's not one of your buddies. It's a family.
Okay, look, let me show you what I did.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there anything in the bag?
Whoa.
No.
Is it right if I look through it? I mean, if you can open it and can I see the contents inside the bag?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't really understand what y'all.
We're just here because someone called and we're very concerned. Okay.
This is.
Is it illegal? I didn't know that would have been illegal because people be, if I'm not mistaken, bro, I know a lot of y'all that been to the beach and y'all get what I'm saying. Y'all done got it in, y'all done got it done in the beach and then late at night went on the beach and went crazy. At least that's what I was hearing in Miami, man. Like that was like always hey, don't go to the beach at night. You go see something, bro. That just was hey.
This is really highly offensive to me.
I got it. I got you. And that's why I'm trying to figure it out.
It's my vibrator, but I just put it in I was sitting on the beach and I just okay, do I get a ticket?
So you did have a vibrator.
Listen, I was sitting on the water
Incriminating
like
herself.
this and I just put it in there and it was covered up and I just had an orgasm. I'm sorry, I was stressed out.
I got you. Okay, just hang tight for me.
I'm sorry, nobody saw me, I was in the water. Okay, so if this is anonymous call,
Okay. I mean, yeah.
People did see it. We didn't get a call for no reason.
I swear to God, I was sitting in the water. Nobody saw it.
I got you. Well, I mean, if nobody saw it, then they wouldn't have called, right?
Nobody saw it.
Man, please, don't do this to me. Are
Wow.
you serious?
You want to take primary notice?
I'm wanted to take it since he's talking about the
Okay, I got you.
This is ridiculous. What am I being arrested for?
indecent exposure.
Indecent exposure.
No, but I didn't have any of my body
Someone
parts
called.
out.
It doesn't matter. A family saw it. They had kids.
What? There
That's why
was
they called.
nobody around me.
So
Nothing in here that shouldn't be in here?
No.
Okay.
well, I'm just gonna throw this in here.
Wow, she got arrested for it. That's crazy.
Yep.
I swear I didn't know there was a crime.
This yours, man? This yours?
Yeah.
I'm hoping this is Jesus Christ. Because it's not. This is not.
Dang, that's a walk of shame, man. All these people in this restaurant. You know what's crazy though? I could understand if it was like kids around and stuff like that, but if it was just like an adult and you that mad, I don't know, maybe I'm just tripping, bro, but to call the police, if it was just you and you saw somebody doing that and like Muggs is clearly minding their business and you call the cops to get them arrested, that's crazy. That is crazy. I don't know, maybe I'm just different, but if it was kids around and stuff like that, I can understand, but I don't know, man. It sounded like she was telling the truth when she was saying, like, I mean, it was nobody around. So I don't know how anybody seen me. And I made sure nobody was around. You get what I'm saying?
All right. Awesome. Oh, it's right here? Sweet. Thank you so much. What's your name? Kimberly. Amber? Yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you for confirmation.
Ma'am?
Dang.
You got an idea?
No, we haven't gotten our ID yet. I still have it in the bag. $15, Tybee. Can you run a Georgia 27?
Check these.
Okay.
These are all broken up into half pills.
Okay.
Oil pills. Use track.
Okay. Oh, Jesus. She said there's a vibrator in there.
Yeah, she said she didn't have
So, all that other good mess. So. To be completely honest with you, I really don't care what you did, you know, but again, someone saw it, so that's why we're here, you know? I mean, if you're gonna do something like that, you know, don't get caught. That's all I have to say, you know?
Right.
So, I mean, I got nothing against you, you know?
Okay, at least I ain't the only one that thought about that, because it didn't really seem like it was nothing too bad, but let's see what she's
34-year-old
charged with.
Christina Ashley Revels-Glick was arrested and charged with indecent exposure and disorderly conduct. If you're not familiar with this story, then you may be thinking to yourself, well, that's the end of it. She went through the legal process and received her punishment. In the state of Georgia, a first offense of indecent exposure is classed as a misdemeanor. So you'd be right to think that she got a slap on the wrist. But what if I told you she didn't even make it through the whole legal process? Because she passed just months after her arrest. But the circumstances surrounding her death aren't as straightforward as you may think. Christina's life leading up into the beach incident had been a, quote, wild one, according to one unnamed relative. And although there isn't much information about her early life, we do know that the beach incident wasn't her first run-in with the law. She got in trouble, got herself arrested. She went to prison in Florida. It isn't entirely clear why she specifically went to prison, but we do know that she had been arrested on a handful of occasions. In 2018, she was accused of stealing a car, and in that same year, she was arrested a handful of times for public drunkenness.
Dang.
Her life prior to the 2018 arrests was far from stable. You see, she had two sons with two different men, a 19-year-old from a relationship way back in the day, and a 15-year-old from a marriage that ended in divorce in 2015. Although the divorce went through in 2015, the marriage had broken down years before. Just 6 months after the 15-year-old was born, she left the family home to go on her own journey in life. The child was left with his father. Over the years, she had little contact with either of her children and their fathers, but on at least one occasion, she and her at the time husband rekindled. After she spent time in jail, her husband took her back, but she was wild. A short while after they got back together, she fell in with a real bad crowd. She was drinking and taking drugs. By 2020, Christina had made her own way in life once again, and she had been living at a property in Hinesville, Georgia. I'm not judging, but there were a lot of men, and we heard she worked at a strip club too. She was always nice to talk to, always smiled, said hello to our kids when she was coming in and out. She always paid her rent on time. In that sense, she was a model tenant.
Okay.
Then came March of 2022. On the 19th, landlady Felicity Rollins contacted police to request a welfare check on Christina. She had missed her latest payment for rent. A couple of weeks had gone by and Felicity couldn't get hold of her. When police arrived, it was reported that, quote, negative contact was made. Then they left. Remember, Ashley wasn't considered a vulnerable adult in the eyes of authorities, and there were no reports to police that she could be in any sort of danger, so there wasn't much they could do about it. Over the next 12 days, Felicity continued to try and reach out to Christina, but all attempts failed. Then, on the 31st of March, 2022, Felicity and her boyfriend decided it was for the best to enter the property to see what was going on for themselves. It was then a gruesome discovery was made. I was sitting waiting in my truck when Felicity and her boyfriend came down and said, "Something's wrong. We think there's a dead body in there." They'd pretty much turned straight around when they opened the door. I didn't believe it.
Dang.
I thought they were messing, so
Probably
I went
smells, I
up.
don't know.
When Felicity's family friend, Gareth White, entered the apartment, he knew straight away that someone had died. The smell alone was enough to tell him that. And so there she was, Christina decomposing on the floor in the property. She had been dead for roughly a month.
Wow.
After an investigation, detectives concluded that she took her own life for reasons unknown. But people connected to the incident don't really buy into that story and want police to explore the possibility that she may have been murdered. After the discovery was made, Felicity asked her sister Whitney Phillips to act on her behalf moving forward as the incident was too much for her to handle. When Whitney entered the property, she noticed that there was blood in every room. Not only that, but there was other evidence to suggest foul play.
Right.
There was blood in every room in the apartment, but there were other things like unopened packages, things for the apartment, like she was expecting still to do things.
Right.
Why would she be ordering stuff for the house? Why would she still be paying her bills if she was planning to end it? She was
Right.
never late on rent. I didn't sleep right for a week after seeing the inside of that apartment. You could see the marks on the wall where her body had been and on the carpet where it had laid. To me, it looks like she was panicking, trying to get away, trying to save her life. Why would she be moving through the house like that? That doesn't make no sense.
How did they say she
Jonathan
passed away,
Johnson and his wife Jasmine, downstairs neighbors, think Christina was murdered too. The Johnsons believe they had the actual murder taking place but didn't want to intervene because they weren't too sure. They say a man who Ashley had been seeing needs to be taken in for questioning. I believe that dude killed her. We had a lot of commotion that one night, then we never saw her or heard her again. I asked, should we call the police? But you're not too sure sometimes. Like, if you get involved, maybe you'll get hurt too.
Right.
That guy was there all the time and his car was over there that night. When we came out the next day, it was gone. That night, it was like a lot of heavy walking and moving around going on. After that, it was just silent up there. And so, it's been well over a year since police reached their conclusion. We can't rule out that they'd ever change their theory and investigate the possibility that Christina was murdered, but we can say, for at least now anyway, that they don't think she was.
Yeah, that's a very hard pill to swallow. I'm positive that nobody really plans to do that to themselves whenever a situation do come about, but I definitely would have thought it was because of this situation, but I don't know, that's weird for it to be markings everywhere and stuff like that, but it's sad, man. Like, if something like that pushed her all the way to wanting just to take her own life or ultimately succeeding in that, unfortunately, then that's just sad, man. Like, I really don't even know what to say about that, but prayers to her family, prayers to her children, especially she got 2 kids, you know what I'm saying? So I know just her having to live after this situation that went viral had to be in something that just wasn't just, let's say, detrimental to just her own self, but her entire family and her children. You know, people know her mother, like people know her as a mother. So just imagine her children going to school and, hey man, I heard your mom this, I heard your mom that. Like, it's crazy. I thought this was in Florida. I didn't know this was nowhere in Georgia. Can anybody tell me what part of Georgia this in? Because this look like it's Florida. Unless it's like very down south Georgia, like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all let me know y'all thoughts and opinions on this down below, man. And hey, just make sure y'all don't get caught if y'all do something like this for real. I'm going to put this direct part that I'm saying right now in the next about 6 videos so people can kind of get acclimated to what was going on. But the boy was crazy sick, bro. Like, I think I didn't have the flu. I don't know what was going on, in all honesty, but all praises to the Most High God that I'm in way better spirit and way better health. You really just don't know when things can change, bro. But like, I was going through it. Like, on top of that, I had strep throat. So a lot of you all can possibly imagine what I was going through for the past 2 weeks. And every day I was just telling myself, like, it's gonna get better. It's gonna get better. I'm gonna be good tomorrow. I'm gonna be good tomorrow. And that just wasn't the case. Right now, I can tell you that I'm at least 95% better. And one thing I've noticed is I never knew I felt this good until I've noticed what it feels like to feel that bad. So I'm definitely figuring out a lot of things that, I'm not sure what's going on, but every time I talk to somebody left and right, they getting sick. So I don't know if it's something going on around the world, but hey, this is definitely what I went through. I don't wish on nobody, y'all. But yeah, we back into it, man.